Hi everyone, this is Sam with NoTube, and this is Ronnie. So today we want to talk about a family that we met from Colorado, from the US, and we're going to look at where they came from, where they were before they came here, and what they're doing now. So we're 1 week into the program now, and we're looking to understand a little bit more about the family.
Knox was not eating at all. He had an oral aversion, and due to the oral aversion, he was fed by enteral nutrition using a PEG, and he got it like 10 weeks before, and they were very anxious that he'll be completely tube dependent for the rest of his life, or at least for his use.
He had laryngomalacia and a tongue tie for many months, but we didn't know. And so every time he was drinking, it was going into his lungs. And even though he started to grow out of this and get better, he had an NG tube, and he just learned that eating was really scary, and so he just became afraid to eat. He was taking small sips from a straw, but he was taking nothing by mouth, no food. He was getting a lot of tube feeding, so he was really full all the time. The doctors were telling us that it would be a long time before he learned how to eat, like maybe 4 or 5, and we were just thinking in our minds that this is not necessary and that we know he can eat. He is physically, medically safe to eat and drink, so why would we wait 4 or 5 years following our son around with a tube and a backpack? And if he is able to eat, we want him to have a free childhood and to be unhindered. And so that's why we decided to come to NoTube and teach him how to eat.
And now that we're a couple of days into the program, how is his tube feeding going? How's it going with the family? And how are they also making a move, if any?
The main finding we had in the first interview was that nobody in the family was eating actually. Mother ate only little during the day, and when they had dinner together, the parents, it was after the child slept.
Okay.
So the child had no idea how eating looks with anybody, and also the mother, like many people in the US, feared that the child would eat too much and get too fat. So there was no role model for eating and no model for how could you go on after you had been nurtured and breastfed.
The first day we were here, we had decreased his feedings a little bit, and in the first meeting we were with all of the parents for the first time, and there was food everywhere. Knox just walked up to the table of food and tried it, and we were so hopeful. And within the first few days, he just, I think because there was food everywhere, we were relaxed, we were hopeful, we were excited. I think he could sense that.
So the family learned that they need to eat in front of him, and also non-healthy things like snips and snacks and sausage. The child now sees that everybody eats. We reduce this enteral feeding a lot, and we have it still only for the sake of mother's anxiety, and we'll stop after the training day on Saturday night.
Yesterday, we had a free day as a family in Graz, and it was the first time that we have been at a cafe together as a family, and he could sit in the high chair and eat what we're eating, and it was really like a great experience for us as a family. So yeah, we're only halfway, and so I think it's amazing.
Do you think, like in terms of when they go back home, how are you preparing them to manage the situation at home?
They have an appointment with a surgeon who put in the PEG in August, and we think more or less we should keep the PEG until then, so that the parents have no problem with the doctor there. But I think that Knox will be off the tube essentially next week.
We're extremely encouraged. I think we thought that we were going to just be given the tools to work with his therapy and his training now, and instead he has made such quick progress that he is already off the tube. I think the next week we are just excited to continue with the therapy and make sure that he's getting what he needs, and make sure that we are getting the training that we need in order to keep him on the track that he is on.
Okay, so this is after the week, and let's see where we get to in a week's time when we're actually done with the eating school and when the online ticket system starts.